Good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here. And let's wake up the football gods. Wake up here, guys. Oh, my goodness. Man, you know what? I just got finished listening to the press conference, and it's amazing. You know, there's an old saying that the early bird gets the worm. If you wait too late, it gets too hot. The worms decide, I ain't going out in the sun. You know what I mean? And they stay out on the ground. But in the morning when it's still a little cool, there's a little dew, the ground's soft, they're coming out and kind of doing the little worm around and all that. And that bird that's up early, he sees that worm and I got that worm. And that is Mike McCarthy. Because here's what's crazy, okay? I live on the East Coast, which means that I'm an hour ahead of Dallas. And it's about 8:40 right now. The press conference just ended, and I came down. I was setting up stuff, and I actually missed the beginning of it. I missed the beginning of the press conference, which means that he starts out at 7:15 Texas time to do his press conference. He is up, and it don't look like he just rolled out of bed. He looked like it looked like it's like 12 o'clock. It looked like it's lunchtime. So that guy is putting in the work. What I did miss in the early part of the interview was exactly this. Mike McCarthy had, this is about Earl Thomas, one Earl Thomas. Now, I wanted Earl Thomas. After Earl Thomas came into the locker room and thinking about where our Cowboys could be with the great safety, I wanted him. We all know I wanted him. But since that time, I'm kind of like, pump the brakes a bit. I'm worried about where he's headed. Just because you were great at one time doesn't mean you will continue to be great. Now we're looking at him being older, okay? Older. We were talking about him before. He was 29. Now he's 31. After not getting his contract, he had a temper tantrum, the holdout, being disruptive to the team, and literally going into another team's locker room and saying, come get me. That can't exactly be good for your teammates. Teammates be like, the fuck? We just lost to them in the playoffs. And you're saying, come get me? What is that? So you destroy a locker room. You hold out. You come in, take the money, play, get injured, and then flick off your teammates. And then you go to Baltimore, and Baltimore, open arms, $55 million contract. When you listen to the fight, one of the other safeties got on him because you're missing assignments. You're not focusing in on what we need to do. We only have X amount of time to get this shit right. And you're screwing up. Instead of, yeah, all right, man, fight starts. Fight starts. So, and then we hear that there's more than just this one incident. So, I mean, and again, there's always three sides to every argument. There's your side, their side, and somewhere in the middle lies the truth. But Earl Thomas put a video up trying to put his side on it, which got deleted because it didn't exactly plead its case the way it was. So that's where I've got kind of doubts of saying, you know what? When I look at this group of Dallas Cowboys, the way Everson Griffin immediately came in and fit in, is talking about mentoring the young guys. Immediately how everybody just seems to be clicking and all that it seems like it is a brothers in arms, that we are one team going in one direction together. There's no dissension, at least as far as we know, that everybody's out there competing and trying to get better, as well as trying to bring that other guy up and elevate their play along with it, because they realize we must succeed together. So, the press conference, of course, Mike McCarthy was going to be asked about this. Mike McCarthy said the Cowboys have had talks about Earl Thomas, but would not characterize the team's level of interest in any way. He said that is more for Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, and Will McClay to discuss. McCarthy said he's been pleased with the safety play in camp so far. So basically, he said nothing. I don't make that decision. Jerry Jones and those guys. He just basically, pushed it on off on somebody else because he doesn't really want to get into the middle of that. And the second part of that, too, of course, is you don't want to say, yeah, we want to go get Earl Thomas because, of course, that drives the price. So that's not expected what he said. But I love this change up that we're having with the Dallas Cowboys. The fact that we got practice early, the fact that we got the coach up early, who's actually giving you real tad bits of information. It's not we'll see how it is after a game, after a win, and after a loss. But, we kind of got the same speech from Jason Garrett every single time we had a press conference. It was always the same. Well, we got to look at this thing, and we're going to check out the film, and we're going to learn from what we did wrong, and we're going to be better because of it. We went out and we competed, and I was like, oh, Lordy. Yeah. We'll see how all this works out. Some of the things that I am excited about right now from what we've seen in practice is seeing Diggs. Diggs looks like he's having a pretty good camp. He's still going to be a rookie. He's still going to get burned in some plays, but you can see some of the abilities he has. CeeDee Lamb, thus far, has not disappointed in training camp. He looks like he's going to be a kick returner for us. He's going to end up being a ultimate weapon. You see his skill set of one-handed catches and toe tapping. He is going to be the real deal. It looks like Connor Williams is going to be the starter again at guard. He's apparently elevated from the injury. He ended up having knee surgery in the offseason. And seems to be getting his footing back and things on there. So all in all, that's where we stand this morning. There is no news on Earl Thomas sightings anywhere in the NFL, and I think teams are pausing for just a moment to really analyze this. At first, you would think that there would be a feeding frenzy of teams that would just say, hey, we got to hurry up and jump on him. But, here it is, about 16 hours after it, and so far, no sightings, no calls. Nobody seemed to say that they have any interest in it. So I'll have to wait and see how that goes. Tonight, make sure you guys tune in to our live stream. Wow. I am literally blown away by what we have here. I've got a lot of work to do to still get it set up. I've got to transfer the data from the other computer to this one. I'm still working out some of the bugs and things, but the new system that we have put in here, you guys hopefully will notice a difference. It'll be easier to run. It will give us better quality, and we're going to evolve the show for our live streams where we're going to start having a little help in here. So that way we can really and truly get you guys some great content and stuff. And with this computer system we have now, we're going to be enabled to be able to do a lot more things. So when the season does get here, when we do start having games, we will have zoom ins where you guys can zoom in and be part of the live stream during the games and things. If you are a channel member. So keep that in mind. Get ready for the season. And I had another point for today. Oh, tonight we'll be doing another drawing. I got to go through my locker here because I got autographed shirts. We'll pick out another one. We'll do a drawing tonight. Those channel members and stuff, we'll get the things boxed out and out tomorrow for your shot glasses. We got a couple of racks we got to get built in the workshop and things. And we got less than 3 weeks. Less than 3 weeks until football kicks off. All right, guys. That's all I got to say about that. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. I got to get my hind tail to work, and I'll see you soon.